Good morning, viewers. Good morning, early risers. Good morning, money makers. And welcome to another episode of The Breakfast Show with Marisha LaShay. Thank you guys for dropping by my Facebook Live this morning. Woo! Give it up for it being season 3. If you missed out on season 1, season 2, feel free to head to the YouTube channel. You type in 1 as in the number 1, man, M-A-N, Army, ARMY network, NETWORK exclamation mark. And if that doesn't work for you, there's another alternative way that you can find these videos by typing in Marisha, MarishaLashay, LASHAY. Make that S capital. Come on and let's celebrate for the 3rd season. Yay. Yes, 3rd season of The Breakfast Show. Want to take a moment to pay tribute to God, who's the head of my life, my parents, my son, my constant supporters from season 1, season 2, and season 3. I want to take this time out to just always just take a moment of reflection on this opportunity that I am embarking on. With this being my 3rd time coming around, it won't stop. I'll just keep going. I'm very ecstatic about everything that I have done for this season and the seasons before. Mainly because I keep evolving each season, bringing different content. This season I challenged myself to talk about those things that I've never talked about, like self-esteem, autism, black boys, graduation, and much more. So sit back, relax, and lend me your ear. I am Marisha LaShay, and I'm your host doing the most, a native of Chicago, and I'm checking in from Atlanta, Georgia. Now, I know that you guys are probably wondering, what is The Breakfast Show and what kind of content do we talk about on here? Well, The Breakfast Show, Marisha LaShay, is all about a platform that was created to engage an audience worldwide with thought-provoking questions or statements and to encourage open dialogue to gain insight on multiple perspectives of the question or statement. Today is day 29 for The Breakfast Show, and this show will be in effect for one more day. So welcome again, and I hope that you join this journey with me over this course of time. Moving right along to our next thing, and this is when we check in for our mental health. I call it a quick check-in based on a scale 1 to 10, 1 being the worst day of your life, and you can be below this 1 and you could be in the negatives. And you can also be a 10, which is the best day of your life. And with it being the best day of your life, you can definitely be above a 10. So today I am a good 8. I'm happy to get up and do this show. Am I saying that it's becoming harder and harder to get up in the morning? Yes. It's becoming harder and harder to get up this morning, but I thank God for His mercy, His favor, His strength, even to know why I get up and do what I do. It's the why that makes me rise, despite what I'm feeling and everything like that. So y'all best believe I'm going to be taking me a nap before work, because, honey, it's critical. Meanwhile, please feel free to drop those numbers. Please feel free to share if you feel led to share. Also, the question is where we drop the content and where you can also add your 2 cents in and share. Now, what we're further ado is to go ahead and jump right on in. And the question is, why are family secrets swept under the rug and never talked about for closure? Why are family secrets swept under the rug and never talked about for closure? All right, so today we'll be talking about family secrets and why families decide to keep those things on a hush-hush and sweep it under the rug and never be able to have closure about it. So I would like to first share some examples of family secrets and whatnot. And then we'll go from there. An example of a family secret is a child is not told that he is not the biological son of his father who actually adopted him when he was born. However, he appears in a photo with his parents on the day that they were married. Okay. Example number 2. A young woman is raped when she's in college. She keeps this a secret from her family, friends, and the police. This secret stays with her for 10 years before she finally reveals it to her therapist. Third example. A father of young children has a dark secret known by no one but his wife. He wears women's underwear under his clothes. He hides this when he is out of the house, but the underwear shows when he is at home. He denies the fact that everyone in the family probably suspects what he is doing. Alright, out of these 3 examples, first of all, for the first example about this child not being told about his not being the biological son of the father who actually adopted him, and him having another set of parents, that's misleading. It's hurtful. I know that you might be trying to protect this young baby, but he needs to know the truth, and he deserves to know the truth. That right there is not going to be able to provide closure for this young boy until you expose the truth. And you have to allow him that opportunity, and it's owed to him. You know, nobody ever asks to be born or to be alive, but to be 100. Keep it 100 with him. Definitely share with that child. You know, that's definitely important to do. And in regards to the young lady who was raped in college, for her being able to mask something like that, first of all, she had to deal with her trauma, which is why she's sitting in therapy right now and actually seeing her therapist. Because first she has to actually replay the situation, analyze the situation and what happened, what she was feeling at that time, and being able to reclaim her time and her peace and just her integrity to be able to share. She has to get over that instead of dealing with rape. And last but not least, in regards to this father wearing women's underwear, there's more to that story of an example. He needs to live in his truth. He needs to share with his kids and sit his kids down and let them know, because all this, you know, secrecy, it's not good. You know, secrecy leads to lies. You know, a lot of different lies. So let's talk about these consequences. Secrets lead to lies, and secret can lead to serious consequences. That is really the theme of today's show. You know, the more secrets you have, the more lies that you have, and the lies being committed by family members and whatnot. I just want to say, going back to example number 1, the father who raised him died of a heart attack caused by heart disease. You know what I'm saying? This son believed that this was his natural father. He also assumed that he inherited the same gene for heart disease. He spent 20 years carefully limiting his diet and working out in order to delay the onset of what he predicted will be his own diminished due to the same heart disease suffered by his father. Then, on his deathbed, his mother admitted to him that his dad had adopted him when he was a small child, and either one of them had never told the truth. The reason for the secrecy was the fact that the biological father was a convicted criminal. Okay? The parents feared that the only hope of having this boy lead a normal life was if he knew nothing of his biological father. Needless to say, it came as a tremendous shock to this man to learn that. And his dad was not his biological father, and also he harbored no genes for heart disease. So that was on an up and up misleading in a sense, because he's doing all this, which he has to keep himself in good health, but he's doing all this because based off a lie. In case number 2 about the young woman, as I stated before, you know, she found enough trust in her therapy sessions and her therapist to sum up her courage and reveal the fact that she had been raped when it was in her early 20s. For 10 years, she harbored this secret, feeling like she was damaged believing that this rape was her fault, fearful of telling her boyfriend for fear that she would be judged as a promiscuous and rejected, and living with an enormous amount of rejection. Once she started to discuss the rape in therapy, including all of her beliefs and fears about this occurrence, she felt fully accepted by her therapist, where she started to feel an enormous relief and her depression started to lift. Okay, that was a little bit different with that, but she had to get to a point where she felt comfortable of being able to actually share. And with these things of keeping things on the low and on the hush hush, you keep lying. You may feel ashamed. You may feel, different things. We keep family secrets for different reasons. To protect other individuals, but we're lying. It leads to lying. And then it leads to unnecessary things occurring when we should have just kept it 100 despite what we feel. It's easier said than done. And then when we finally hear that, sometimes it takes us a minute to be able to get the closure that we need. So my takeaway for today is to definitely take the time out to say what you need to say to your family members. No family secrets, because those family secrets can open up doors of you having resentment, never having any closure, making a person feel ashamed, rejected, a social outcast. Okay, so we just want to definitely first address the secret. Second, make sure that it doesn't get to a bad point where you can't say nothing. And third, just set yourself free. Set yourself free. Do not hold on to all of that stuff. So with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. Please drop your 2 cents. Let me know what you think about this. Based on the examples that I gave in the 3 situations, how would you have responded? How would you have done things differently? Are you guys harboring family secrets, things that you all didn't know? And will that be able to provide closure for you all? Thank you guys for tuning in. I will check you guys out tomorrow. Same time, same place. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for all that you do. And you guys have a terrific Tuesday.